Hey everyone, welcome to Kats Creations Live on a Friday night, where tonight I'm going to be teaching you how to work with florals and integrating that into Grapevine design that's perfect for Mother's Day, or basically any holiday that you could incorporate florals with. You could do it as a spring wreath, a friendship wreath, coffee wreath. You could take florals from a wedding and actually integrate it. I should have grabbed my tablet. So Stu's gonna go grab my tablet really quick. So while they're doing that, let me do housekeeping. If you like this design, and once you get all your florals together and you want to go through and do the step-by-step from this video, then just click the share button. That'll share it to your page. Much easier to find than trying to dig through all of my posts and find this tutorial. Or you can go to my YouTube page, which is KatsCreations777, and that'll bring up my YouTube channel. There's also lots of videos for you to binge watch there. If you want to be notified when we go live, you want to make sure you click the like and follow button. Then once you do that, when we're live, like we are right now, you want to just tap the screen, and then it'll give you the three little buttons in the upper right hand corner. You click on those, and then you can turn your notifications on or off. And then that way you will be notified when we go live. So that's a way to make sure you do that. Let's see what else. If you're new here for the first time, let us know. We'd like to welcome you. And you never know when you'll find a crafting person that's close by. A lot of those connections are made during Facebook Lives. Also, today, if you were thinking about joining the Wreath of the Month group, which is a group that I put together to kind of walk you through one design, and you order the kit, everyone gets the same design. We meet together the last Saturday of the month. We put everything together and I walk you through it step by step. We are doing a ladybug design. You'll want to take advantage of that today because the last day to place orders for that kit is tonight at midnight. So once midnight rolls around, you'll have to wait until April and then participate in the April design. Now, if you don't want to order the kit and you just want to watch the video, you can go ahead and sign up there as well. I have lots of people who just want to be in there just to watch the tutorial. Since it's a lot more spread out and condensed, and we talk about the design and why we do what we do. So you can sign up for that, as well as my private group on my website at KatsCreationsNMore.com. And I want to thank all of you that are joining me from all over: Michelle and Kathy, Misty, Brenda, Kathy Nonklerg, Deborah. Yeah, so if you want to join the Wreath of the Month Club, just go to KatsCreationsNMore.com. The very first listing you see is a Wreath of the Month Club. You click on that. It's $10 to join. That'll give you the materials link. It'll give you the video link once we are finished, so that you can take that with you if you decide to leave the group at any point. And then you get the opportunity to purchase the exclusive kit, which will not be sold anywhere else. So that's why we keep it very exclusive. Any other questions?
Hi everyone, thank you for joining us. Thank you for sharing your Friday with us.
I'm going to take this one off.
Gaylyn, today this is my first time to catch you live from Dyersburg, Tennessee.
Welcome.
Hi Gaylyn. And then Misty said hi. Misty from Justin, Texas by Texas Motor Speedway.
So you guys are out watching it.
Happy Friday.
Around. Okay, so super simple little sign. This is going to be perfect to implement on the grapevine, so it's just a touch of something. You could completely remove the sign if you just wanted to incorporate it for any holiday or to give as a gift. But this sign came to us from Three Birds Nest Co. So I'm going to have Steve post the link at the bottom. She has a shop on Etsy, and this is a little bit different design. So it's kind of got a little bit of a scroll work to it. And I want to say it's about a 5x7. And yes, it is. So this just says, mothers like you are precious and few. So we're going to be doing, let me see. I didn't even measure what size grapevine. I want to say it's 18. Because we went to Hobby Lobby today. And Hobby Lobby was picked out of everything. 18 inches. So it's not really 18 inches. It's more of a kind of funky oval. It's not quite round, but it's not quite oval either. But it's 18 inches at the longest point, about 17 inches at its widest point. So we're going to incorporate some, I'm going to go with a blush and ivory palette and a little bit of sage green, because we've done so much purple that it's super fun to just try something new. And we're going to completely change things up because we're going to start with the bow on this one. Did you have a question?
Nope. So when you let me know when you're ready, and I'll.
Oh yeah. Down. So I'm going to have Steve pan down because you don't need to see me anymore, so that way you can get. It's kind of an overhead view, but hopefully it'll help you guys see what I'm doing a little bit better. So the first thing we're going to do is make the bow. So I'm going to move the grapevine out of the way. I'm going to take my handy dandy bow dabber, and I already cleaned my grapevine. So it takes a while, and I don't want to add that in addition to everything else on the video. So I do have a separate video that says how to clean a grapevine. Basically go through, pull out all the pine needles, all the dead leaves. Hopefully you don't find any live critters inside. But it makes for a nice base, and then you can trim it up, you know, cut all the wayward twigs and the little curly cues off.
Yeah, so just remember I'm panned down, so.
Okay, can you see this?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, so dovetail. So we're going to take the wired edges together. This ribbon, by the way, came from Hobby Lobby. It's still there now. This is 2.5 inch, so we're going to cut from the folded side to the point, just like so. Not quite of a deep V, so I'm going to go back and just make it a little bit deeper. That way we have a deeper V. Let's see. I don't think I want to go any more than 9 inches on this, just because we're doing it from a grapevine perspective. So it's going to kind of be centered in the off to the left-hand side. So we are starting 9-inch tail, and I'm going to do about a 5-inch loop. Why is this all twisted around? Can't have that twisted. So we're starting this way, twisting this way. Now we've got it right. Okay, 5-inch loop for this one. Just because we kind of want to keep everything neat and towards the grapevine if possible. We're not going to overdo it, but I definitely want to make sure that we're adding in individual colors of the florals and greenery that we're using. So we're just going to pull those out.
And then she asked, could you do this on a 14-inch frame?
Yeah.
You just have to scale it down a little bit, right?
Exactly. So you might not want to go with quite such, like if I was doing that on a 14, I don't think I would go with a 2.5-inch ribbon. I would probably leave them all 1.5 inches and scale it down.
Hey Jean, hi everyone, just joining.
Just because I think it looks better in proportion that way. Someone emptied my trash can. I'm a happy camper. I open it up, it's completely empty.
Brett asked, where did the ribbon come from again?
This one came from Hobby Lobby. So we're going to be using a sage. It's not a glitter, but it's just got like a little bit of a shimmer to this. And this came from Michael's at Christmas time this last year. Then we're going to be doing this. It's kind of like, it's not a coral, but it's not a pink. It's like what coral and pink married together would look like. So I don't know what you'd want to call that, but that's what this color is. Craft outlet. And then this one also with the roses on it from Craft Outlet. So we're going to finish with this one, and we're going to integrate the pink and the green in here as well. So let's go ahead and take all of these off. Let's do the green first. So let's give ourselves a fresh cut on that.
Randy asked, do you always use wide ribbon?
Yes.
As much as you can.
Yeah, it just holds its shape better. Plus, if the customer stores this away for the season, I don't like that cut on this one, then it's easier for them to refresh the look with a wired ribbon than if it's not. So we want 9, I'm gonna go 8.5 on here. And I'm gonna do a 4.5-inch loop. So we will see. That's what that looks like.
Misty said, my new color this year is coral.
Is it? I like coral this year. I'm seeing that for a lot of beach theme, like coral and teal together would make for really, like this and coral, really pretty. 8.5 inches. There's our dovetail. This one. Push these way over here.
Yep, and the link for the sign is pinned at the bottom, so it should take you right to her website. I'll double check it here in a second.
Yeah, it won't come up with that shape. That's just one of a few shapes that she offers besides like the rectangle, the square, the round.
Yep, it does. It goes right to her site. So.
You've got it so good now. So we'll do 8 inches.
One of the gals asked to the site for your Wreath of the Month club.
Mm-hmm. What about it?
It's just in Facebook. You just have to search. Is it Cat's Creation Wreath of the Month club?
No. Well, yeah, it is. So it is Cat's Creations Wreath of the Month group. So if you just go to the website, it will give you the links to both. So one will be a link to sign up for the payment. And then if you go back to that page, back into that listing and scroll down a little bit further, you'll see the link for the Facebook group directly. Okay, so these ones we're doing 4-inch loops. Did I do 4? Yes, I did. And we're gonna do 8-inch tail. And then we're gonna come in with that rose color and do 7.5-inch tails with a 3.5-inch loop, and that should be fine. I forgot to do all this. This is a new color that just came out, and I like this rose colored, and it's on a printed canvas, so it's really nice. Highly recommend. Really thick. Okay, so
and the sign that's on her website that she's using right now is the one that she's selling right now for the live.
oh yeah, because all I have is just the sign. I was trying to find the I have a logo that's for the Facebook Lives, and I couldn't find it in the time it took me to go in and post it really quick. So we shall see.
Diane asked, would you recommend using a wood burner knife to prevent deco mesh from fraying? Yes.
Always.
As long as it's the regular deco mesh and it doesn't have cotton fibers right in it.
Yes. So if you have that jute burlap, can't use a wood burning tool on that. If you have the snowdrift mesh, can't use a wood burner on that either. But pretty much everything else, like even the poly burlap that a lot of people use for the flowers, absolutely. Okay. So I'm going to actually use, here's a new one. I'm going to use just regular floral wire. And this is 22 gauge floral wire. I'm going to put this in a little U shape. Since this bow is fairly small, our sandwich is not that big for this.
Tyler said, I've been looking forward to watching this all day. I watched another of your videos after naming it was a purple wreath.
Oh, I know. I was going to do a purple one, and then I'm like, nope, now we're doing all pink. Well, it's kind of like a blush colored. It's, I don't know. I look at it and I think it's almost like a champagne rose color. I'll show you here in a second. So I'm going to go ahead and twist this. Now, because we're doing this bow for the grapevine, we're not going to fluff it on the actual fluff board. We're going to just go ahead and wire this directly onto our wreath. And this is where having that grapevine cleaned out just makes that whole process a snap. So then And then because this is a thicker gauge wire, it should take us directly all the way to the bottom.
Can I ask regarding wood burning tools, or are there any are the fumes dangerous? Any other advice?
I would make sure that you're doing it in a well ventilated area.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Small fan or something.
Yeah, I've seen people use fans. We just open up the our front door, back door. So, because we get a pretty good, we're like right on a breezeway.
And Deborah, no, you don't click on the bird's nest to sign up. That was just for this Mother's Day sign.
Yeah, don't click on the links that are there on Three Birds Nest for the Wreath of the Month group.
Yeah,
you need to do it from the links that are in the Wreath of the Month group page.
So I'll pin this one. So I just pinned the link for Kat's website, and that has the link to go to the Wreath of the Month Club.
Yeah. So if you're already a member, just make sure you get your kits ordered. I would hate to see you guys miss out.
Beverly asks, what about fabric mesh? No, you cannot use a wood burning tool for fabric.
No, you cannot. Because it's fabric. It's got the cotton fibers in it. So I'm just going to pull all my loops down. Pulling these ones up.
Hi, Lynn. Hi, gals. Just joining. Happy Friday.
Opposites on here. Let's get this tails pulled down. This needs to come down. All the way down. There we go. It's under.
Yep, Stormy, that's good idea. She said, I wipe my wood burning tools on an old towel to remove residue and stop smoke. Yep.
Yeah, and I think it's a really good point to bring up too, because there is so much like that you will get a buildup from all that plastic that you're basically cutting or melting all the way down. Okay, super simple bow, right? It's all ready for us to go ahead and add our greenery. I'm going to add my sign. So I'm going to do the same thing with the floral wire. Just because on a grapevine, I don't know, I think it looks a little bit better. And we did that on the wreath that we did Sunday. We did,
Easter one?
yeah, the floral wire to that as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and add this. These are Beadsmith 1.5 millimeter metal hole punch. So we're going to go ahead and attach this right on inside. We'll try to even this up so we have plenty to work with. And I always cut more than enough so that I have plenty.
Patty said, so glad you're doing a grapevine. Hi, Clara from Mena, Arkansas.
I love doing grapevines. They're my favorite.
I think I'm starting to miss comments again.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm gonna go out and go back in.
Okay, let me, mine are all at the bottom. That was the last comment I had, is the one that you grabbed.
There's another one that I didn't see that was above it though.
Clara, hello from Meadow, Arkansas.
I got that one.
Okay, that was the one that was right above that one. So I think you got them all.
No, I didn't get that. Does running a fan help using a wood burner? I live in Minnesota. Winters are long. Yes, Patricia. Running like a small fan on low would help.
Absolutely.
That's
Just anything. You can even cut it outside. There's people who, go out into the garage and, do the wood burning out there. Let's go ahead and add this right here. So I'm going to kind of tuck this one up right underneath this little lip. Once I get the bottom, it should stop sliding.
And just remember too, on a grapevine, prep is a lot of work on grapevines. So Kat took this outside with a butter knife, just a regular plain butter knife, and really worked it through and got rid of all the leaves and pine needles and all sorts of extra stuff that's inside it.
Yeah, mostly it's pine needles, and then you're removing all the dead twigs.
Claire, she used a a beadsmith metal hole punch. And she just punches a little hole in the metal sign.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and snip these off. There's one.
Well, that's a good question. Bobby asked, when you have long stems on your florals, how much should you cut off? What length is too long to use?
I'm guessing it's for a grapevine.
Maybe a couple inches, really.
Yeah, I use as little as I need to. Just enough for it to kind of adhere to the grapevine itself.
Like 6 inches is way too long. 3 inches probably good. 4 inches maybe a little too long.
Okay. So now we're going to go around. Now that I have all of these out of the way, put these over here. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is lay in my greenery. And I'm going to use, because you guys probably, I don't know if you saw last time, I just get the lamb's ear garland from Hobby Lobby, and this will go on sale starting next week. So this will be 50% off. If you don't get it 50% off, it's $19.99 for 6 feet. And so what I'll do is I'll take all these and we break them all down. So you want to give yourself enough so that you have a stem to glue. And sometimes you get these weird little sprocket pieces. Cut those off. I go right up here, snip, like right before each new piece. It's just a lot more cost effective than trying to buy the lamb's ear in the branched part, like when you buy it as an actual pick. It's kind of expensive to do that way.
So Claire, Kat, in her regular Facebook group has a list of all the tools she uses, including that beadsmith. Right? Is that in your announcements or that in your?
In the private group?
In the regular group.
In the regular group? No, it's not in there.
Oh.
Because the announcement section would just continue to grow. Just leave a comment and then I can post a link for the beadsmith. You can also pick them up at Hobby Lobby, Joann's, Michael's. Just pick them up in the jewelry department. They're just basically metal hole punch pliers.
Anything that's between 1.5 to 2.
Yes. Anything bigger than that is way too big. You'll have your sign just kind of wobbling all over the place. So I'm just going through and taking off that funky edge because nobody wants to see that. That one's fine. So just like these little weird pieces. Probably cut this one down too. The goal is to make your materials go as far as you can. So, and I like the sagey color that the lamb's ear has, and the fact that it's got that fuzzy texture to it. That one's good. This one's good. Okay, we are all set. So now we're going to go ahead and start creating a base with all these pieces. And if I need more, I have more. So I'm dipping these in the glue skillet. And I'm just taking my leap of faith. I'm going to go ahead and start placing these in my grapevine. And this is one of the things I like about grapevines, is because they're so open, you can work your greenery in where you need to.
And Patty, yes, she said, I find that the little pieces you're cutting off helps keep them in the grapevine once you glue them in. Yep.
Oh, the little sprocket pieces?
Mm-hmm.
For me, it prevents me from pushing them in all the way.
Lisa, no, you can use lamb's ear on deco mesh. You can use lamb's ear on...
Oh, absolutely. I've used florals on my the deco mesh, like the one behind me is all deco mesh. Oh, sorry. So when when we stop doing that, we will show you.
Valerie, yes, Hobby Lobby does have the lambs all year round.
Mm-hmm.
They have other long 6 foot, I don't know, the garland pieces, and it's in there.
Yeah, just wherever your florals are going to be is where you're going to go.
There's like a row of garland. And it's different types.
When you get back to the greenery section, right? So I'm going to probably add more just because I like the way lamb's hair creates a really nice base. So it'll probably be my last piece here. Okay. So I'm going to spin this around and then I'll start doing it on the upper side. Okay. So I'm just picking up my loops. And I'm trying to get as close to the bow as possible. This one's a pretty long piece.
We've got the camera angle up a little bit higher so it has more of an angle so you can see it than we normally do.
Okay. And I'm just spinning this around like I normally would.
So I bought the metal hole punch at Hobby Lobby when they had theirs 40% off. Awesome. Yeah, you can get them all over the place.
The metal hole punches?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll cut a couple. Because I think when I did the last grapevine, I used more than half. So on this one, I actually have less than half to work with. So I brought another piece that I can cut off. And like I said, when you get it at 50% off, it's only $10 for a 6 foot piece. That basically looks like this, and this is doubled. So quite a bit. So we'll take half of it. Remember, we're cutting these right where they bud, basically. So then it creates a stem for the other one.
Yep, that's an 18-inch grapevine wreath. Not quite, it's about 17 and a half.
Well, it's 18 long,
yeah,
like 17 wide.
Jenny said loving the colors.
Thank you. Okay, so let me cut all these off again. There we go.
What's funny is Kat decided to do a design change at the last minute, right?
Yeah, we were going to do all lavenders. Lavenders and purples, and then I was like, I've done lavender. I mean...
Yeah, you made so many purple and lavender.
So I'm like, we need to change it up. We need to do something totally different. And we have coral already. So I'm like, let's do like a blushy champagne color. Okay. Get these out of the way. There we go. All right. Take these pieces out and we will continue to add pieces. And I'm just kind of like spreading them out, like a little bit in, a little bit on the outside. Like right now I'll go to the inside.
That glue glues really well to the grapevine.
Here's another longer piece. I think I'll save that for the end. Okay. I'm just like going around and looking the outside, inside pieces. We don't want to go too far, and that's why I think the pieces we cut are going to be just perfect. And we'll add this to the other. And this will be our end piece here.
You will get a lot of glue threads, but you can just pick them up and pull them off and stick them right back in the glue pot.
Yeah, I prefer to wait till they dry, and then they're so much easier to remove off of everything. Okay. So let me go down here, and I'm going to add this one to the bottom, right over here. What's wrong?
Colleen asked, where can you buy the Americana Angel that was in the Patriotic?
That came from Shinoda last year. So in all honesty, I don't know where you'd find one now, because those were like slim pickings when we got them, and I think there was only 2. So I grabbed one, and I think Gail grabbed the other one. Okay, let's come back in. We're not adding any more greenery there.
Kathy, good question. Said, how many stems did you start off with? Well, you cut them all down.
What, these?
Yeah.
I only cut like a 6-foot section.
Yeah.
So just a 6-foot section. And I still have like a little bit left, and then these are the ones that you get when you buy them as a stem. So I have some leftover eucalyptus. So I'm going to cut these down. There we go. We'll cut this one for the length that it is. Keep those. Let's see, there's another piece here that we can capitalize on. So these are just some eucalyptus sprigs. So I'm just cutting those down, and we'll add those as well, just to kind of give it a little bit of a two-tone greenery. And these are wired all the way to the bottom. So I'm actually going to bring these in closer to our bow. So just like so, right underneath that big branch. And then this is where you'll kind of take your eucalyptus and work it through those pieces of lamb's ear. So we added that one. I'm looking for a bigger piece, like this one.
Diane said, I might have missed it, but how can I get some of the wreath signs? Craft Outlet, 3birdsnest.co, all different places, 5th Street Avenue.
They don't sell signs.
Oh, well, there's a lot of different places you can get signs from.
Yeah, but look on Etsy is probably the best place to start. Craft Outlet, Wreath Shop always have signs. Try and get in this one. See how just adding the other little touch of the eucalyptus really helps?
Mm-hmm.
And what I want it to do is I want to bring it so that this kind of staggers outward. So this is going to involve me going way up underneath this big branch and keeping it a little bit on the high side. Just like that. Because I like them to kind of feather to the edge, like this one. Let's see.
So they said, I made it to a live, woohoo, I'm late, welcome.
I always say you're never late, you're always just right on time.
Yep.
Right when you're supposed to be here. I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I have a really big branch to go under. So I'm going to work this one under.
Yeah, remember guys, you can only get the discount if you're buying through 3 Birds Nest if you're in the private group.
Yeah. Okay, there's that. Let's hang on to these. We will probably add these in later. So I'm going to move these to the side. Okay.
Colleen, just letting you know, we already replied. It's a local crafting warehouse here called Shinoda Design Center, where that Americana Angel was. You can try to see if it's there online. But
that was last year.
Yeah.
I didn't see it this year, and we actually went through all the Americana stuff, remember?
Yeah, but you could Google something like that or Amazon and see what they have. They have something probably similar, just not the same.
Okay, so now I'm going to come in and add some of the blush colored large roses. So I'm going to add probably 2 or 3 of those to the bottom and then to the top. Okay, there's that one. And my whole thing is push all the greenery up because that's extra greenery you get to use. So there's that. These came from, I want to say Sims Pottery, which is a wholesale company online. Let's see, that leaves me with 3. Let's see what that looks like. I like that. Sometimes I second guess everything. I'm like, should I just place it? I'm like, I wouldn't place it if I was making it at home. Like now.
I don't think so. She said, I love to watch you make all your creations. I learned so much from you.
Thank you. So there's those 2. Now we're going to push these ones up. And I'm just moving these so that when I slide them in, the flower doesn't stay flat, but it like kind of curves upward. I don't know if that makes sense.
And you want your flowers or roses facing all different directions, right? Not all the same direction.
You don't want them laying flat.
Yeah.
So these are what I call focal flowers. So when you're doing florals, I usually pick out like 3 focals, some medium, and then fillers. So we will...
Julie, she kind of goes through all that in her private group. She asked if you could address storage and visibility for like your crafting. My closet is full of plastic tubs and certainly convenient for crafting. I mean, we use a lot of tubs, but we use those for off-season items.
Yeah, definitely off-season. Okay, I'm looking at that. Trying to see if I want to add it. I think I'll add another one to the outside over here. Because I was like, I kind of like where it's going. And you don't want to carry your big all the way out here. You want to kind of keep them to the bow and then maybe about 2/3 of the way, call it quits. Because otherwise, it just doesn't look like how it would be in nature, I guess. So that's kind of where we're at with that. So we've used all those. And now we're going to come in with some fillers. And I have some different colored roses. These came from Michael's. So they come in a pick just like this. So let's see. These are a little bit of a, wow, these are way big. Let's see how these look in here. Nope, let's get it under this one. Look. Okay, let's try this one at the bottom.
Brenda, yeah, that'd be tough. She says, how do you keep them from getting dusty? Mine get dusty, but I live by a dirt road.
What's that?
How do you prevent the wreaths from getting dusty? We used to a long time ago cover them with plastic bags, and we put them on a hanger and hang them up on like a coat hanger with a clear plastic bag over it so you can see it.
I am fighting to get this one under. There we go. I just want it where it's supposed to be. Okay. Nope, I'm 100% committed to that. I like this one. Sometimes you just have to take your buds and bring them a little bit closer, because the whole idea is to get different shades of these in. I'm not sure I'm liking that color, so I might just use the white. I think we will, because these might lay better. Color-wise, much better. And sometimes you have to do that, you know, even though that's a really pretty color combination, sometimes you just have to make an executive decision to say, that's not going to go in there. I'm trying really hard not to keep them too crowded. These are where I'm kind of just placing things and looking at where it's going. And I like that. So now I got to pull those out and make them a permanent. See, like this one's too coral colored. These are too pink. I mean, like this is more of our champagne colored. Even these ones are kind of, they're like the wrong color. Nope.
Designer choice.
Designer.
Rita, that's a good idea. She says I use dry cleaner bags or on Amazon to cover the wreaths and swags.
Yeah,
After hanging
like,
them on hangers. Yeah.
it's kind of like if you go to Home Depot sells the clear trash bags, and you can use those. So these are two different picks. So again, we're just fanning different colors, a little bit of different texture. Now we've got to fix these ones that we tucked in here. So sometimes I'll put my finger in the spot that I pulled it out of so I don't lose my focus when I need to come back in and add it. I'll pull this one out.
Thanks. You said the white floral clicks look really good right on the wreath.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to just like go with a lot of creams and ivories. Yeah.
Halfway.
And now we'll come in with some different fillers. So that's kind of where it's at for you guys. Let's come in with some of these picks. I have 3 of these, 2 of them. So we're going to finish these up. These are really nice because you can push them all the way up, or you can leave them spread out if you want to work them into something already. So I'm just pushing them up. They have like little white flowers on them. And these come from Hobby Lobby. They come in white. They come in
purple, pink, yellow.
Yeah, so I'm going to bring this one right up again under this giant branch. So we have a little bit of movement here.
Good question, Carol. So what flowers are good fillers?
So I like these ones. And it's funny because I was showing Steve when we were at Hobby Lobby today, I'm like, look, these really officially have no name. What were they called?
Bush. That's it.
Bush.
Yeah, it just says floral and then bush.
White bush, pink bush, purple bush. So they kind of don't have any name.
Queen Anne's lace though were good. Lavender is
That's
good.
a good filler. Yeah, lavender's good. If you're working in the purples, yeah.
Something that's got like sturdy, long, wispy picks.
Exactly. Okay. So even these, Hobby Lobby, they have them in pink, purple, yellow, and you don't have to put the limey colored leaves on them. You can just leave the leaves off and just use these. I'm trying to get these turned down a bit.
Wow, Brenda said, I got to go to Sam's last week. I got 16 rolls of ribbon. Good for you.
That's good. Good for you.
Those are all 50 yards? Or 30 or 50 yards?
50 yards.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to take these and kind of use these on the outside to fill. That's exactly what they're for. I'll take a couple for the top.
Myrna, don't worry about it. She'll go in, like I said, with the fillers that she's doing now, and she'll fill in all locations where all around the roses where there's missing something.
Oh yeah, I don't even worry about that. That's sometimes what Steve he'll do, like when I'm creating, he'll be like, okay, look, you missed something right here. And I'm like, I'm not done yet. Like we just put in our large and our medium florals.
Yep. So
now, and you don't want to pack them in. That's not the whole goal, is, you know, pack all your filler flowers in. I am just using them.
Kelly said you always make it look so easy and beautiful. Thanks, Kelly.
I think with great plants, you just have to be willing to take a risk.
Yeah, Gail.
Be nice.
I'm just kidding. Anna said, I really like those florals. I've used them a lot this year.
These ones?
The colors.
Oh, these colors. Yeah, they are. They're really pretty. There we go.
Good question. Julie asked, do you have a formula for flowers and fillers for a grapevine, like 3 to 3? I guess it'd be a third each, right? Like a third base, a third
Yeah, you could.
vein, and a third fillers.
You could. It just depends on you, though. I mean, you could start off with a formula, but the thing about a formula is, like, you don't want to be so rigid that, you know, you're trying to adhere to a formula. I find that it's just funner if you're just, like, you take it on the creative whim and you just add wherever you want to add.
Hi, Brenda. Brenda Bracken's on. She said that's gorgeous.
Thank you, Brenda. Okay, so as you can see, I've been like finding little holes. Did I glue this one in?
And I'm trying to get better at saying that same thing, like, hey, I think you're missing something in a spot. Now I just try to stay silent, and she knows.
Wait for me to finish, right? Yeah. Okay. So I think I had some over here I didn't stick in. Nope. So now we will. Okay. So we've added some there. And then, let's see. I think I'm done with those. My whole goal is to not pack. That's the goal, to not pack them in. So let's pull some of these out.
Patricia asked, that's beautiful, would ivy work with the lamb's ear?
Oh yeah, I think so. Like,
I don't think it'd be too dark.
No, it just depends on what look you're going for. You know, I'm going to keep these out because I still need these. And now I'm going to kind of, these came from Sims as well. So everything is push all your floral to the top. Push all your leaves to the top. And then you just have cute little picks. So I'm just looking for things that have the little pink flowers in them. Pink and white flowers. I think this was just called like a meadow flower spray. So I'm just going in and pulling these out. Need one more. Yep. There we go. So just these different color pinks. I'm gonna cut these down a bit. So because these are so small, these are my feather flowers, so I'm using these at the very, very end of my greenery. So I'm kind of going from large, medium, small to the end. We will do the same with this one. get this one. And then we'll come back in and add a couple pops of this around the outside. And we'll work it here. Do I want these on the inside or do I want them to the outside? Tough decision. It's like I tell my kids, just take a risk. Okay, now we're going to take these little pieces of whatever this was called. It actually had a name. Do you remember what it was, Steve? No. No? I'm going to actually pop these off because I want to just add these little touches right where I want them. So this is Kat making her own picks. So I'm looking for these little remove all the glue. And this is a pretty big pick, so it can be pretty. And this is, I think, this becomes part of what I enjoy doing, which is, it's like painting, but with flowers. So I'm just gonna pull all these off so that I can put these little sprays of whatever you wanna call it, little white florals, wherever I want.
Olga said that's beautiful. I've never made a grapevine wreath, just started making wreaths. It's so much fun. I'm planning to join your group membership for the new wreath makers. Awesome.
Nice. We'd love to have you.
Marina, no, they're not baby's breath. Kelly
They're just,
said, I agree, maybe Astilbe.
maybe,
Astilbe.
look, this is what they look like.
Yeah.
So these are like $5.99 at Hobby Lobby.
Astilbe. Yeah.
But if you wait till next week and go, you will get them for 50% off. I just saw them and I was like, ooh, those look pretty. That'll go good with our stuff. See, we're just adding them in. And I know there's still some places that I'm like, oh, we need to add something here.
Yeah, it looks like that, gals. Like deluxe Astilbe. Astilbe. Astilbe.
But what is it?
Like the white flower you're putting in right now.
No, I know, but is it a flower? Is it a shrub? Is it like Queen Anne's lace? And we're like, oh, this is pretty. And then people are like, you know that's a weed, right?
No, it's a flower like that.
Hold on. Oh yeah, that does look like that. And you know what's funny is I have that app on my phone. It's called Picture This. So you can take pictures of plants and it tells you what they are. And I don't ever use it. I have it and that's exactly why I use it for that. But I never used it. So we're painting with flowers.
Like a Bob Ross video.
Right?
Happy little flowers.
Okay. So these make the perfect little ends for our, like, feathering the edges all the way down.
Linda said, yeah, the Astilbe. It's a perennial flower, grows in the shade. I have them in my yard.
Oh, those are really pretty though. I like them. So what do you guys think so far?
A lot of girls are saying they love the colors.
I'm thinking I'm liking these over using Queen Anne's lace, you know, for some of our floral.
Well, spring's coming up. Maybe we'll get some and plant some.
I don't know if they'll grow out here in the desert.
They said they come in many colors too. Well, we're getting out of the cold season, so. Lynn said, oh yeah, it's also called false goat's beard.
Okay. I was like looking at that going, I don't see that as a goat. Okay. Let me come in with a couple more pieces. Remember we had all those pieces of lamb's ear left in eucalyptus. So I have some of these pieces left.
Yeah, I think the eucalyptus was good in there.
I already have eucalyptus in there.
Kat said that is beautiful, Kat. Perfect for anyone. Miriam, now I know I've been painting with flowers. Yep.
Yes, you have. So I'm going to come in and move these a little bit closer to my bow. Now that I've added my floral in, which is always our point, right? Is now we can come in a little bit closer with the lambs here. So I'm just going to kind of pull these away so that I can backfill a little bit closer. Nobody wants to look in and see nothing.
Brenda Brownlow said you do such a great job. I love your wreaths.
Thank you. Okay. Let's see if we can cut this one. Completely ignore that little spine piece. See, now we can fix our bow. Because I think we need something right here. And I'm just going around the outside looking to make sure that, like, if it was to sit on a door, you want to make sure ins and outs are covered all the way around.
Yep. And then check for any stems sticking out the bottom of it.
Yeah, always. Well, that's part of the whole finish. So I'm just double checking inside. We'll add another little piece right here. And lift these up. There we go.
Oh, that's nice. Sandy says, I'm addicted to your wreath making.
Thank you. That's really kind.
A lot of gals and women say it's kind of nice and soothing on Fridays to just
do something fun
sit
and
back
relaxing.
And watch and,
yeah. See, look, this was, I have one piece left. We'll tag a couple eucalyptus in here too.
And this is available for sale on her website. And I've got it pinned at the bottom. Right now, it just shows the sign, the Mother's Day sign.
Mm-hmm. Let's pull that up. I wanted to add you to the bottom over here, since Steve likes eucalyptus.
Victoria said, you make it look so easy, so gorgeous.
Oh, you're welcome.
It's just practice, right?
Yeah. And it's almost like committing. You know, like sometimes I'm like, oh, let's wait, let's hold off. We'll put the bow on at the last point. And I'm like, no, we can add the bow to the front. Like, let's put the bow on first. There we go. Ooh, nice. I have one little piece left. So I was showing you guys, there's something that just needs something right in here. So I don't think I want the green leaves on it. Just enough of the floral. So I'll just check it to see whether I like that. I think I do. So I'm going to go ahead and commit. It's funny because, believe it or not, there's such a big hole in the grapevine right there. Okay, I think we're done. What do you guys think?
Grapevine wreath. Just need to get some flowers and a sign. Can't wait. Yeah,
let's put a couple. Let me put a couple more of these in. Hold on. Let me break one more pick down. Because I have to just. There's that one. Just a couple little pieces.
Ooh, Debbie said tomorrow she's going to make a tablecloth wreath.
What? You'll love it. You'll be like, oh my God, they just feel so amazing. They look like, it's so hard to describe because people would never think that you made that from a tablecloth. Ever. And they just hold up so nice.
Just remember, what were the sizes? It's cut at, what, 2x7?
I don't know off the top of my head. I couldn't even tell you. Before we went live, I was like, what did we make last Sunday? What did we make last Sunday? For the life of both of us, neither one of us could remember what we made last Sunday.
Oh, you remember.
What was it?
It was the Tabasco basket.
Yeah, it was the tobacco basket.
Did I say Tabasco?
Tabasco.
Tobacco basket.
Tobacco. Yes, babe. Tobacco.
Yeah. The rooster.
Little rooster. Okay.
And the strawberry. Yeah, she did the strawberry too.
Yeah, the strawberry we did in the private group. So tomorrow, no, not tomorrow. Sunday in the private group, we are doing poof method. So we're going to cover the poof method for the 21-inch. We've been doing 21-inch deco mesh training, teaching you like how to make your deco mesh bases. Now we've done not all the 10-inch mesh, but this is probably the 5th hardest, right? Mm-hmm. Deco mesh base. So let me pull all these up so we can actually see all those gorgeous ribbons we used. Okay, you guys ready to see it on the front door? Let me move all this stuff out of the way. And this is why you have a glue skillet, because you can recycle all that glue. You just throw it back in the pot. Okay.
Oh, and somebody asked also, yeah, so when you turn the glue pot off, yeah, you just let it dry and it just stays in the glue pot. And you just add glue sticks from time to time and then plug it back in.
Yep. And if you, I think Amazon, I have a link on Amazon for my affiliates for the electric skillet, and it comes with a lid, which is amazing because then you can just cover it so that if you have pets like I do, it helps keep them from going inside. Are you scanning up? Okay. Super simple. Yeah, I don't, aside from cutting off my other, where's it? My wire for my bow. I think I have. Yeah, I have a couple. So occasionally they protrude out of the back. Sometimes the sticks are a little long, and because you're never really seeing where they go, you'll just come in here, because they're all glued in. And you just cut the stems out that are sticking out. Just like so. So there's the back. And then remove all your glue threads. And then you're good. All set. And
Keisha, there's 18-inch wreath, but it's an oval, so it's like 17 by, or 18 by 15.
yeah.
Thank
Well,
you,
it's 18. We said it's 18 by 16. So
Yeah.
it's kind of a weird oval. So I'm still pulling all my glue threads off, because you don't want those in your photos. Okay. There we go. Want to make sure I have a screw in my door just because it works better for a prop door. But then again, we have a screw in our regular door too, because I don't like the wreath hangers, right? Okay, what do you guys think?
Thank you, Roger. You said another fun night. I always look forward to your tutorials. You do a great job.
Thank you.
This came out so pretty, and the design just pops. All the deserving moms. Yes, happy early Mother's Day.
That's way early. Yeah, not till May.
Yeah.
But, and then, you know, after Mother's Day, or if you want to change out the sign, just undo the sign in the back. And either don't put a sign on it and leave it that way, or you can add another sign for a different holiday.
Thank you, Brenda. Brenda Brack said, gorgeous. I've always admired your work.
Thanks, Brenda.
I've said, stunning. Love it. Gorgeous. Love it.
Okay, so private group Sunday, we're covering poof deco mesh. So if you have a roll of 21-inch deco mesh, I'm going to teach you how to do that. Sunday in the public group at 6 Pacific, 8 Central, 9 Eastern, we're doing a wreath for an RV. So like a little camper RV, like a smaller version of a wreath for a trailer, an RV, whatever. Mm-hmm. So that's what we're making for that one. So we're going a little smaller, not too small, but smaller. So I hope you guys come back on Sunday and join us for that. Any other questions?
Brenda Brown said, how much would you say this wreath cost you to make? And then how much would you sell it for?
I have to go back in and do it. But, like, I don't use all of my florals. So you kind of have to break down what you use. Like this, all I did is pull the pink out. So I'm selling it for $85. And then it's $25 FedEx shipping. Depends on if you buy your flowers on sale or not. It's hard to say on cost until I can sit down and go, okay, so I use 5 roses instead of 4 roses. And then like Steve says, we had a design change. We were going to go with all purple. And then we're doing ranunculus and lavender. And then we chose to go with blush roses, cream colored roses. And then, what's the other one? Meadow flowers, lamb's ear, and that's that.
Guys, what size wreath frame for Sunday's private group?
It's always 14-inch.
Yeah.
14 inch. Through the back to basics class, it'll always be 14-inch. Just because that's what I learned with. So I'm trying to help you as a beginner wreath maker, or just as a refresher class for people who have never done that before. Then you have all the basics. Once you have the basics, you can go anywhere.
And Julie, yes, the list of materials, she'll put up in the private group probably tomorrow.
Yeah, give me some time. It's like, I've been challenged because it's like right after the live, everyone's like, where's the materials list? I'm like, I just finished the live. I'm still cleaning the kitchen.
Yeah, we got to have dinner.
So, yeah. But they will get posted. I try to post them as quickly as I possibly can. So all I can say is they'll be there hopefully no later than Monday. So that should help. All right, everyone, we'll have a great weekend, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks for joining me again. Bye, everyone.